Hello, everybody. It is Professor Parish, and we are on Module 6 of English 122. So I want to scroll down to this. I'm recording this on Sunday, and I graded a little bit yesterday morning. So I noticed that there was a lot that still had to be done by tonight. So make sure you definitely turn in paper 2. That's probably the biggest thing that's due tonight. But then also your paper 3 outline, I want to know what that topic and outline is going to be for this paper, and then your reading response and your poetry exam. So as of yesterday, I'd only had a couple poetry exams done, so y'all have a lot to turn in by tonight. Definitely make sure you get that paper done and submit it. Even if it's not complete, go ahead and submit it. That way you can get some points, and then make sure you've got these other assignments done as well. There was no discussion forum this last week in Module 5, and so I think that's why a lot of people kind of waited. But with that being said, Module 6 is a little bit easier this week, but still lots of stuff to do. So as you can see with Module 7, you're not going to have a lot of time to work on your paper. You've got basically this week, and the next week your paper is going to be due. So I will say this. You can go ahead and do all of Module 6. Don't start on Module 7 until after you watch the video. I'm going to have it up next Saturday for Thanksgiving week for that, so don't watch it. Don't turn in any of this thesis outline yet until you watch the video for Module 7. But let's talk about Module 6 and the guide for it. So as far as readings go this week, the only readings that you really have for drama is writing about literature and writing about a research paper. So these are just to prep us for next week's module. We're going to get kind of to the end of our readings in the textbook, which is all right. You'll still have your textbook for the final exam, but we are getting close to the readings being done for the class. So if you get a chance, go ahead and read about writing about literature and writing about a research paper. As for what's due this week, we do have a discussion forum, and then there's the drama exam and reading response number 6. So as far as the drama exam goes, it is basically, I tried to show you all it, but since it's not published yet, it's not going to show up. But basically, it's the same format as what we've done in previous exams. It's going to be due November 21st by Sunday night. It's 25 points. It's just going to be a couple questions, kind of like what y'all have done with the short story and the poetry exam. The reading response number 6 is, this reading response is going to be dealing with 2 plays from our textbook. So from 2 plays from chapters 39 to 41. Again, you can use the same plays that you're using for paper 3. Ignore that part right there. But you'll just pick 2 plays, have an introduction and a conclusion. This can be brief, it can be just a couple of sentences. And then you're answering the 3 questions. What subgenre of modern theater does your play represent? So is it comedy? Is it farce? Is it tragedy? What is it? What makes them a good example of this subgenre? You can kind of explain that using the terminology in those chapters. Does these plays fall into a modern genre of drama, yet some are over half a century in age? Can modern audiences relate to either or both of the plays that you picked? So this is a pretty good question. Are they going to be, can a modern audience relate to the play that you pick? Because some of these plays may be from the 1950s, the 1940s, so they have aged considerably. So are they still relatable even though they're called modern drama? And I want to know your opinions about those 2 plays that you chose and whether they do or not. And then thinking about terms from our textbook, what makes these plays seem timeless, or are they dated? Do they need to be updated in any way? Are there themes in the plays that you chose that are maybe a little bit outdated that can be updated, and how would you go about doing that? So this reading response is a little bit different than we've done in the past. It's tackling some different questions, but with drama, I think that it is thinking about the theme, thinking about the purpose and the characters and the actions and dialogue that they have. And so I want to know if you think these plays are modern enough because they fit into the modern drama genre. So that's reading response number 6, and it's due Sunday as well. And then we have our discussion forum for this week. I really like this video. If you don't know who John Malkovich is, this is a picture of him. He's an actor. He actually was trained in theater acting and then switched over to film. He's actually from Benton, Illinois, I'm pretty sure. He's from Southern Illinois, so he grew up close nearby here, and he went on to become a famous actor. And so he's been in lots of different movies over the years, but he's a really good actor, and he describes in this video the difference between stage acting and film. So the dynamics of screen versus stage. And I really like this video because I think when I was at SIC, I was in some of the plays that were performed out here, and I had friends that were in plays too, and I did some plays in high school. So I think that a lot of the things he touches upon on how acting on a stage is different than film is really relatable, right? So the questions that we have for the discussion forum: what's the most interesting thing about Malkovich's description of film versus theater? If you've been in a play before, can you relate to his words? Number 2, the chapters for this week talk about Shakespeare and older plays. Why do we still read them? What is timeless about them? And you can kind of carry that over to this week with modern drama. What do you think is the biggest advantage to seeing a performance acted out as opposed to reading it on the page? So again, we talked about slam poetry, and y'all seemed to really like slam poetry a few weeks ago. So what is the advantage of seeing a play performed as opposed to just reading it in a textbook? And there's some obvious answers there, so I'm curious to see what y'all choose for that. But yeah, those are the assignments for this week. The discussion forum, the drama exam, and the reading response. And then make sure that you are working on paper 3. Like I said, I'm going to try to have module 7's video out a little bit earlier next week because it is talking about our final paper, and I want to give you plenty of time to work on that. So I'm going to try to have it out early at the end of this week so that you'll have it for next week over Thanksgiving. So with that being said, if you have any questions about module 6 or any questions about module 5, please let me know. But otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and I'll be back soon with module 7 of English 122. Bye.